Hello, my name is Matthew Mair, and today I will be presenting on factors that impact farmer willingness to participate in conservation programs. This research was conducted during an NSF REU program in collaboration with East Carolina University at the Coastal Studies Institute in Wanchese, North Carolina. Our project looks at ways to reduce agricultural pollution in the Pamlico watershed of North Carolina. We look at payment for ecosystem services or PES programs, which offer financial incentives to farmers who implement best management practices. Agricultural BMPs aim to reduce non-point source pollution, especially from nitrogen and phosphorus fertilizers. There are two factors that impact a farmer's willingness to participate in a PES program. Those are the attributes of the contract and the attributes of the decision maker. For our project, contract attributes include limits on the amount of nitrogen that the farmer would be able to apply to their fields, as well as cover crop requirements. We also look at the attributes of the decision maker, including their threat appraisal or their perceived level of concern, their age, education, income, and their previous participation in PES programs. We surveyed 197 farmers in the Pamlico watershed of eastern North Carolina. Each farmer was presented with demographic questions and a hypothetical choice experiment, where they were asked to choose between two hypothetical PES contracts or a status quo option of no program. These contracts varied in their attributes, including the amount of nitrogen that they would be able to apply to their fields, whether or not cover crops were required, the source of the funding, either from a private conservation group or from a government agency, as well as the amount of payment that they would receive per acre if they enrolled in the program. By asking this survey a number of times, we were able to vary the attributes of the contract, and using a statistical regression model, we were able to tease out the individual effect that each contract attribute had on the willingness of the farmer to accept the contract. We find that payment increases the willingness of the farmer to accept the contract. This makes sense intuitively, since paying someone more would mean that they are more likely to accept it. We find that strict nitrogen limits had a significant decrease in the willingness of the farmer to accept the contract. Interestingly, we find that cover crop requirements and the source of the funding do not play a large role in the willingness of the farmer to adopt the contract. Looking at decision maker attributes, we find that older farmers were less likely to adopt the contract, and that farmers who had a higher threat appraisal were more likely to adopt the contract. By understanding and optimizing these factors, we can more effectively implement and target PES contracts with the overall goal of reducing agricultural pollution in the Pamlico watershed. Thank you very much.